Hey guys, it is Alexis
and Lilian,
and we're pretty colorful today, aren't we?
I chose not to wear black for this video.
Yeah,
crazy.
That's interesting.
So we thought we'd do a little fun video for you guys today, talking about the biggest lesbian / queer woman dating mistakes. We were reflecting on some past experiences that we've had and of course stories that we've heard. And there are obviously some very unique situations that happen in queer dating, especially when it's between women, and some patterns that keep coming up.
Dun 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 dun.
You might recognize that you've done some of these or know people who have done some of these, but either way, try to steer clear of them. Here we give you the biggest mistakes in lesbian dating.
By the way, before we get started,
this video is sponsored by Audible. Audible is basically an online provider of audiobooks, podcasts. They even have like a meditation wellness program. So as the name suggests, anything that you can sort of listen to. I love reading, but sometimes I'm like, even just holding a book can be like not that
so
comfortable.
hard.
I'm sorry, but it's true. And then you have to hold it in a certain angle. So it's nice with this that you can just like cuddle up or whatever and put it on. What we've been listening to recently is...
I was hoping you remembered.
Eleanor Oliphant is Completely Fine.
It's pretty much about a woman who is like very socially awkward, and just kind of her story and how she goes throughout her day and her life.
This one is read by a Scottish narrator. Sometimes we don't really understand it. Go check out Audible. I'm sure it's gonna be a nice entertainment to have, especially also during these, you know, corona lockdown times and all of that self-isolation. So there's really a lot on there. What's also really cool is that there's this thing called Whisper Sync. So if you have a Kindle, you can read your book and then switch to listening and then reading again, which is super cool. Just go to audible.com/Alexis and Lilian.
Or you can text Alexis and Lilian to 500-500.
So you can get your trial membership, and then the way it works is you will get a credit with which you can download whatever you want to listen to, and that'll get you started. Boom! Back to the biggest lesbian dating mistakes. So number one is falling for a straight girl.
Guys are such idiots. Maybe I should just date girls.
Yeah, duh.
But Robbie's so hot.
I mean, I feel like this happens to a lot of people and it really sucks when it happens, but sometimes, you know, we just have hope that this beautiful straight girl is just gonna somehow like us back even though she has a boyfriend. Stay away from them. They are your friends, but they won't be your lover. She was a straight girl before I met her.
No, I wasn't.
I mean, some of these are universal. They're not just specific to lesbians, but if you go on a dinner date on your first date, oh my god, don't do this because it could turn out well, but you don't know yet if you like this person, especially if you've never met them.
Oh my god, we need to get dessert.
Yeah, I'm just really full, you know?
It's a must.
2 cheesecakes? If you like each other, great, but if you don't like each other, oh my god, you're gonna have to wait. You're gonna have to order food, you're gonna have to wait for the food, you're gonna have to get drinks, check, all of that.
And the thing is, as well, like if they're into you, but like you're not into them, and they're just ordering, like, I'll get the apps and an entree and dessert, and you're like,
oh my god,
do I have to sit through this? And shout out to our friend Stephanie, who right away said, by the way, I have a lot to do tomorrow, so let's make it quick.
And that brings us to the next point, which is not getting the hint that she's not into you. So we did a whole video on this, check it out. Signs that she's not into you, because sometimes we just don't want to see those signs and we completely ignore it. I've probably been there, granted.
That's when you just like friend zone it, like so friend zone that it's like...
Or you're just open. I was like, you know what, I think you and I have no chemistry. Peace.
And she cries herself to sleep that night.
Be friendly, of course. Don't be a douche.
Don't be an asshole. So the next one is getting involved with exes. So this can be your friend's ex, your ex, a friend's friend's ex, like who knows. But in this small community of queer individuals, it's quite easy for that to happen.
Cassie? Belinda?
You're so cute.
Well, I want my strap-on back! It's always like the joke, you walk into a lesbian bar and it's like, oh, 3 of my exes here, and like the friend that I'm with, their ex too, and it's like, oh, who shall I pick? So it happens quite frequently. I personally haven't had really much experience with it, but I hear some stories, and I think the best advice is just to stay away from exes, and if you're close to someone, stay away from their ex as well, because things can just get kind of messy.
Yeah, or you can just straight up ask like your friend if it's their ex, like, hey, like, I'm into your ex, is it weird? Like, do you think we can go on a date? And like get their approval, because I know I would be like, what the hell if my friend just like went on a date with my ex without like even asking me or like talking to me about it?
Yeah, that's true. At least checking, because some people are like super over it and they're like, yeah, whatever.
It's different when you actually ask and like have a conversation about it. And at the end of the day, like, we're all our own people. Like, I can't like control another person, so I think you have to also think of it in that way. So this next one Lilian has actually done.
Yeah, I don't know if this is like a problem for other people or a mistake, or maybe I just did this, but don't bring a straight guy to a lesbian bar. I've done this because I had no one who wanted to go to these places with me. I didn't have that many like queer friends or like queer female friends that wanted to go out with me. So I had my one straight male dear friend who was always down, and I was like, all right, we're going to the hen house and like all these lesbian bars. He would be like, Lilian, do you think at least anyone in this bar is bisexual so that I have any sort of chance with them? And I'm like, I mean, probably, maybe, I don't know. But like, that's not the kind of way to go about it. Then he would go to a girl who's like, hey, like, are you also into guys? And she's like,
get the hell away from me.
That's not what I'm here for. Otherwise, I wouldn't be at a freaking lesbian bar. Like, maybe I am, but like,
I'd be like, did you walk into the wrong bar, bud?
And then I was responsible for causing something like that, so.
Oh my god, so funny.
Don't do that. I think that's why he was very happy that I finally found someone that is like, those times are over. We don't need to go searching together. Another lesbian dating mistake is when you get just too desperate.
And you just go for anyone?
Yeah, I also have a story about that. It seems like I have so many dating stories.
And then you always tell them when the camera's on, and I'm like, well.
I think I told you about this one. But anyway, so one time I went to a queer event. Yes, my straight friend was with me. Yes, he was scouting for bi girls again.
Hold on, it was him again?
Yeah.
Oh my god, that's so funny. Okay.
But I was very drunk.
Oh my god, I remember this.
Yeah, I was very drunk. And I was like, I don't know, I think I was trying to get over someone, and I was like, I just want to like make out with anyone, and well, not make out with anyone.
The first mistake, anyone.
I just wanted to make out with someone and be like, oh, whatever.
Someone with a mouth.
No, I still had my standards. The standard was it needs to be a woman. Because it was a queer event, not a lesbian event. So I was looking around, I was pretty drunk, I was like, hold on, are these all like gay guys or are they lesbians? Like, I didn't know, because it was dark. So it was like, who do I even have a chance?
Who's lurking in the shadows?
Like, who's attractive, but like who's even a woman? I was, trying to get over someone, you know, best way to get over someone is to get under someone, that sort of thing. So I was like, let me just get this going. So I finally identified a female. She had long hair. Good. Yeah, something like that.
She had long hair. That doesn't mean they're a woman.
I know. I think I asked her, are you into women or something like that? And she couldn't understand me. So I took her like to the side of the bar and I like spelled it out with my hands like, are you into women? And she said yes.
Or maybe she got into me. She's like, I'm definitely.
And then we kissed. We were making out. I was like, oh, this is great. And then she even told me like, oh, that's like pretty hot how you just asked me like if I'm into women and just like went for it. And I'm like, oh yeah, Then
you're like misconfident.
I had to like look for my friend to see that he was still good. We went outside. So I see the woman in the light. And she tells me she's in her 40s. I was like 23. It's 20 years apart, and that's not really what I'm not saying anything against that, but I was like,
you were just not
what I was expecting.
Yeah.
I had like, I knew nothing about her. I was just like, you're a woman, but let's do this. And then I was like, oh.
That was different.
You know, I made out with someone. Did I get over this other person? Probably not, but it's still a funny story.
Yeah, it is a pretty funny story.
And hey, she thought it was hot how I asked, are you into women? Maybe you guys can try that for the next one. It worked well for me.
So another mistake that can happen is falling for your best friend.
What do you want to watch?
Anything you want to watch.
Yeah, this is fine.
You're like my best friend.
You're so sweet.
I think I love you.
Yeah.
Sometimes this can work out, but ideally it's not the best thing to do, especially if this person is your best friend. But yeah, I feel like it's easy for that to happen, especially if you're both queer. Then it's kind of like, well, why not, right? I think I love you.
And judging from a lot of comments that have been left in previous videos, I think this is happening to a lot of you, and
awkward. Another one is if you go on a date with a girl and then right away she says, hey, by the way, I'm looking for a threesome.
A lot of straight women out there are just looking for some fun for themselves and their boyfriend. You know, maybe she's gonna like me so much that she's gonna be like, all right, I don't mind. And like maybe some of you are into that, that's cool, but like if you're actually looking for something serious, it's kind of annoying.
Yeah.
This one is maybe not in the initial stages of dating, but a bit later on. Also applies to relationships. When you get into arguments when you're both PMSing. I mean, I guess this sometimes is inevitable, but it's just try not to discuss anything that might cause any arguments, because I think
touchy topics.
We've been there where we're just like, oh my god, arguing about something, and then we're like, why are we being so dramatic? And we're like, hold on, I'm getting my period soon. Same. You too. Oh fuck. Okay. Maybe let's relax. Let's just push it aside and maybe talk about it again.
But then you try being reasonable, but then you're still pissed.
I know, but it's like, I'm just so emotional. Well, me too. Oh my god.
Women.
There's probably lots more that we just aren't thinking about right now. Also, lots of general dating mistakes that you can do, but do let us know what your take is on this, if you have any funny stories, if we missed anything.
Yeah, we would love to hear some funny stories. I'm all for a good funny story.
She never shares any of her dirty laundry. It's always me with my weird stories.
I don't have much dirty laundry.
Whatever, I
have a boring
She's in a serial dater. She hasn't been single since she was like 14, so that's why I'm the one who went on all these horrible dates.
Let me think. For next time, I will think of something to share, and I'll try to think of a real dirty one. Sure. My life is vanilla.
Well, that was it, and thanks again, Audible, for sponsoring this video. Stay safe, everyone.
Yes, wash your hands.
Look out for each other, and we shall see you again very soon. All right, see you soon. We love you. And subscribe and comment. Bye-bye.
Cheers.